Hey guys, what's going on? John here. Welcome to, I guess, what would be another edition of Ask Smarty. I haven't done one of these in a long time, but I took to Twitter and I felt as if, you know what, I'll answer a couple of questions. Things that I thought would sound pretty good to talk about, and we'll goddamn answer them right now, and I'll cut it up together and it'll be fun. Rosenhacker says, do you watch Lucha Underground, and if so, who is your favorite guy on Lucha Underground? Honestly, I don't watch Lucha Underground, but I know of some of the people on that show, and if I'm gonna say anyone, it's gonna be Pentagon Jr., because that dude can fucking do a package pile driver like nobody else, and that's a dangerous move. But yeah, I like the look of him, plus the fact that he gives no fucks about the safety of anyone, including himself. That's fucking great. Dead Fishies asks, what is your favorite video game? And some of you should know this already, but it's Fallout 3. I love Fallout 3 just because of how big of a world it is. I love all of the characters you interact with. I love all of the famous missions that you get to do. It's such a good game. Honestly, like, Fallout 3 to me is one of the best games just RPG-wise in the new decade and whatnot. Currently, Fallout 4 is up there. It's getting up there because of how much larger the world is and how much more fun it is to explore the Commonwealth Wasteland, but the Capital Wasteland's sort of the one that got me by the heartstrings, so I'm gonna go with that. Bulldog370 asks, what is your favorite Marvel character? That's a tough pick. I'm gonna go with tie between two of them. First off, I'm gonna go with Spider-Man, because Spider-Man, he's not like this rich billionaire who fucking has the ability to make everything. He's this kid from New York City who was bullied and was like, I'm tired of being bullied. So he wanted to protect not only himself, but he wanted to protect the people of the city who were also being oppressed and bullied and stuff like that. And he's a fucking cool character to watch. There's a lot of stories about him that you can follow. Currently I'm reading Ultimate Spider-Man, the Brian Michael Bendis run. It's so good. Like, I'd say that the stuff with the Kingpin is some of the best I've read in a long time. Tying that up though, Daredevil, because the Netflix series made Daredevil cool again. And since the Netflix series, I actually started reading some Daredevil. Pick up The Man Without Fear. That's a really good mini-series that was done by Frank Miller of Dark Knight fame. But yeah, it's like the beginning of Daredevil, like an origin story of sorts about Daredevil. And it's some of the stuff that the Netflix series is based on. Read those two. Read Ultimate Spider-Man and Man Without Fear. I do have to pick up, there's one more from Daredevil I want to read, which is Born Again, which is a fucked up one, but I'm really interested. Honorable mentions also go to Punisher, because Punisher Max is the most violent comic book series I've ever read, and I can't wait for him to be in Daredevil Season 2, and hopefully to get his own spin-off. Please, John Bernthal, do good so you can get the spin-off. Animated Alex asks, how does it feel to be the most handsome of the Derp Crew? Oh my god, I feel so flattered. I don't mean to toot my own horn, but I don't really, like, look at myself all that much. I mean, it's good to, like, love how you look, and I feel like that's a part of it, which is, like, whenever I look in the mirror, I'm like, damn, I look pretty fucking good. Obviously, some things are different about me since originally thinking about that, like I have gauges and a new haircut. Yeah, no, I guess the thing I could say is, it feels good. It feels really good. You gotta love yourself, and if you love yourself, flaunt it. So, Table Matt asks, how is Derp Fitness going? Well, honestly, thank you for asking that. It's been going good. Been working out, been kind of doing my thing. Try and eat healthy, of course. Excuse me one second. Drink a lot of protein shakes. My fucking chocolate's good. Sarah SJL asks, if you could go anywhere, where would it be and why? I assume that means places you want to travel. I'm gonna go ahead and say I'd like to travel. I'd like to really travel anywhere I could. I'd like to go to places in the US, the United Kingdom, Japan, places in Europe in general. Mainly Ireland, London. I'd like to, as I said, I'd like to go to Japan and just kind of mosey around there, see what it's like. I'd like to just experience a bunch of different places, just to kind of broaden my horizon, so to speak, and be more experienced and whatnot. So that's sort of something I'd like to do over the years of my life and whatnot, but I don't know what life has in store for me. So, you know what, we'll see how it goes. Right now I'm kind of working on the 50 states to kind of just see what life has for me and see where I can go. And currently the next place is MagFest. Stupid Gay Loser asks, what is your favorite kind of music? Now, first off, I'm just gonna say, I don't know you very well, but I don't think you're stupid. I don't think you're a loser. If you're gay, good on you, buddy. But I don't know. So first off, just consider your name a little bit. I actually currently am, my style is very eclectic and my favorite kind of music. You can honestly, if you want, go check my Spotify list. I'll link it below. Or if you want, there's a video I posted called The Playlist, which is like 10 of my favorite songs. But my favorite kind of music ranges from stuff like folk punk, which is like Frank Turner, Skinny Lister, stuff like that, to alt rock, hard rock, which is stuff like Coheed and Cambria, Asking Alexandria, a little bit of ska, stuff that's like Streetlight Manifesto, even some like underground stuff, which I'm sort of getting into, like underground rock stuff like Eli Whitney and the Sound Machine, stuff like that. If anything, you should just go check out the Spotify list, because then it kind of lets you know what I'm up to in regards to my musical tastes. Music is a big part of my life as much as movies are, so yeah, you should check that out as well, because that is important to knowing me. The last one I want to talk about is from Zeranius, and he asks, how did I get into my SWO streams? Well, that's actually a good question. I've never really explained how this happened. Long story short, I remember in the early days of the Go to Bed chat, there was a Skype call going on, and Max Madublex and Druox were fucking around in WWE 2K14. Anyway, they were streaming footage of them just chicken fighting CPUs and whatnot, and they made like the most insane fucking characters you could possibly imagine. And I was watching this and I thought it was stupid funny, and it was only a one-off thing they did. They never did anything else with it. I kind of asked them, I'm like, hey, can I get on with this? Would you guys want to be involved? Drew said yes. Max wasn't really into wrestling, so I understood that. But I had me and Drew, and then I believe it was Damron, who was he's a huge fan of wrestling. He knows all the ins and outs of wrestling. And what happened was we had just started doing that. And I guess it was lightning in a bottle. You can look at the original Smart Way Out on the archives of this channel. The first one we posted, I think, was Chris Benoit versus Daniel Bryan. You could kind of see the gears cranking and just this whole thing start to come into fruition and whatnot. And really, it was just fun. It was a fun experience. So 30-something episodes later, we're still having fun with it. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this episode of Ask Smarty. Feel free to drop a question in the comments or even on Twitter with the hashtag AskSmarty. So with that said, I'll talk to you guys later. This is Smarty, signing off.